Yeah, wow, that birthday trailer was a bit over the top, wasn't it? So basically, next week it's my birthday. I'm going to be doing a live stream on the 16th of August at 12 p.m., possibly until 2:30 p.m. That's when I have to wrap it up. But yeah, and there's also a Google form if you want to ask questions if you can't make it or whatever. So that's what's happening next week. I made that trailer and it's super like loud and bubbly. I think partly because like I'm trying to fit it into a short period of time, and so I'm like, I gotta remember all the things I need to say. And also it's meant to be a trailer, so I'm meant to be all bubbly. I'm like, hey guys. Now in that trailer, I did notice watching back that the audio distorted, but I'm like, there's no way I can do that again. It took me a while to get that take down. You know, there's so many where I'm like, hey guys, wait. Making mistakes, but that was a good take and I wasn't going to re-record it, so you just have to deal with the bad audio. Hopefully for this video I fixed it. A while back I had to record something for a friend and I had this like really complicated setup so that they could it's too much to explain, but basically I had to change the settings on my little recording thing and I can't remember what they were beforehand because I didn't make notes. So I'm sorry if my audio has been all over the place lately. It's probably mainly a problem for the Stardew Sunday people. Speaking of Stardew Sundays, so what's happening, like the reason I can do the live stream next week is like for the rest of August pretty much, I have an open window where I've pretty much got the house to myself from about 10:30 until 2:30 during the week. So I'm going to try and make the most of it. But the flip side is at nighttime, I don't really know what the routine is going to be yet. So yeah, Stardew Sundays may not go ahead. Instead, we might do daytime, weekday live streams. If you want more than just the birthday live stream, we could potentially do that, but I'm going to start with the birthday live stream, and in the meantime, other things I want to record. Just thought I'd give you a heads up there. Yeah, other things that are going on. New patron, no, new cult member on Patreon. So, Starseed, where is my page where I've got, like, everyone listed? Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Here we go. So, at the moment, my cult of destructionism, we've got Scribe, Chronicler, Aunt of the Apocalypse, Nervous Neuron, Schizoid Angst, and Starseed. These are the, you know, the level, there's different levels, and they're at the cultist in the credits level, and that's fun. Yeah, thank you for joining. Starseed found me through my sanguinarius.org video, which made me think about it again, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was going to do more talking about vampires at some point. So if you've got any questions about, like, the real vampire subculture, keeping in mind that I wasn't actually part of it, I just, like, used to interview people online. I still have those transcripts somewhere, and I've been like, should I kind of recreate those videos because I lost the originals. It's really sad that I deleted so much of my old YouTube, but, you know, I was dating a guy who was not good for me, and he was kind of jealous of the attention, and I'm like, but these are people on the other side of the internet, like, what's the problem? And he knew I was a YouTuber before we got together, so what's the problem? He was just all around emotionally manipulative, and I didn't know better back then. Now, I know that I've got, like, you know, childhood trauma stuff, and that's probably why it took me a while to realize that he was screwing with my emotions as well. But yeah, no, yeah, it's a shame that I lost so much of my old YouTube, because there's a lot of, like, I was a lot more unhinged back then. I know I'm still kind of unhinged, and especially people who've been watching my shorts. Oh, that's the other thing, like, I've been doing shorts where I do vocal experiments. The first one that I did, that was trying to switch between false chord growling and fry screaming, because I realized I think one of the reasons I can't find a band is partly because I don't fry scream, and fry scream is kind of what's popular, especially in, like, the chord genres, like metalcore, hardcore. They all want fry scream. And it's not, like, you know, I learned death growls and false chord because it's brutal. I don't want to be, like, whining and crying. I want to be a monster, like, I don't want to be like, oh, my life is so terrible. Like, I can complain about, like, that's not what I want in music. That's not what I got into music. And I can see all my, like, split personality shit back there. I'm basically possessed. So, but if I really want to be in a band and get back on stage, I have to just go with the market, I guess. There's kind of no choice. Like, I can still throw in the really gnarly, like, bleh, but I'm going to have to learn more fry scream. And so I was trying to switch between them, which is really difficult because with fry scream, I think with a lot of my vocal techniques, I tend to be very, like, and try and be loud. Like, even with my clean singing, especially those high notes, like being high and loud, that's fun. But fry scream and so on, it's more controlled, you don't use as much air, and so when my voice is really into that mode, I start losing that more delicate kind of coordination. And so I've been trying to learn, like, as I've started to tame, like, over the past couple years, I've really started to tame my false chords. So instead of like the breath distortion, like I've got more of that, you can hear that more gritty kind of thing, and I'm getting more and more control. And I think that sort of helped me get to a stage where I can do the like fry screams, like you know, I'm trying to practice that more and more every day. And yeah, so the first like experiment I did where I'm like, oh, I can actually switch between them now, I posted that as a short, and I didn't realize, like, I keep forgetting that other people aren't into metal and aren't vocal nerds and have no idea what's going on, and I didn't really give any context apart from like false chord and fry scream, I think, in the title, which a lot of them wouldn't even know what the heck that means. So I got like the algorithm put it in a lot of random people's feeds, and they were very bewildered. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Some of the comments they left, I was just like, apparently someone was like up at 5 a.m. and that's one of the first things they saw for the day, and they're just like, what is this? And I thought that's fun. I like sort of like, I don't know, maybe not ruining their day, but making them go, what the heck? Especially because shorts is like TikTok, and TikTok, I'm not a fan, and the like low attention span stuff. So if I can screw with them, that's kind of fun. How did I get onto the topic of this? I don't know. But yeah, no, I've been doing those kinds of things, experimenting with my voice. I really don't remember how I got onto this topic. Wow. This is is this a problem with my concentration, or is it just that I go off on a tangent? No, trying to learn the fry scream. Let me just backtrack and see if I can work out what I was talking about. So I was like, hey guys, I'm going to do a birthday live stream. Then we got on to Patreon, and then we got on to vampires, and should I talk more about that? And then lost all my old... Oh, I was talking about being unhinged. Yeah, like that stuff makes me look unhinged, but actually it's quite controlled. Whereas when I was younger, first YouTubing, I was really struggling with my sense of self and really struggling with my mental health, and I'm still struggling with my mental health, but I understand it better now. Kind of like, especially a lot of the viewers now don't know what I used to be like, and so it's kind of a shame that you can't see where I came from. And yeah, I was dressing up goth a lot more. I was still trying to get out into the world and find ways that I can fit into the real world in some way, whereas now I'm kind of like, yeah, nah, it's not happening, I can't do it. I just don't fit in this existence. Yeah. Anyway, this is just kind of a random vlog, mostly because I have the time. So the first part of this is like telling you what's going on now. I'm just gonna ramble. So what's happening? Yeah, just practicing a lot of music. I want to try and do some more vocal covers. Unfortunately, I didn't plan this very well though, so I've got a couple of songs that I think I'm just about ready to do covers of, but then I've got a lot on my list that I haven't actually learned and don't necessarily have backing tracks for either. So, but I have pretty much till the end of August to figure this stuff out. I had a thought, I want to try and watch more of these movies actually, and I've got Xena. Where is Xena's? Oh, Xena's over there. You can't see Xena. I've rearranged stuff about my room. I've actually got to fix up the other rooms a bit, but yeah, I have been in a lot of stress. Like the weekend was really stressful. There's been a lot of things happening. I've not been sleeping too well. The past 2 days were really bad. Today is a better day. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I have more to talk about. I really didn't plan this very well. Well, shit. Maybe I should just leave it there. I am still pretty tired. I need to have something to eat. I need to have some lunch. Like, yes, I've got until 2:30 to film, but I should eat something. Anyway, that's some stuff and things! Bye.